Joining us here in just a moment, Congressman Brad Wenstrup. He released a statement yesterday. Quote, I stand with Ukraine, condemn Putin's unprovoked war, and I pray for the innocent people Putin now puts in harm's way. The United States must continue to work with our allies of the free world to provide any needed lethal aid and humanitarian support to Ukraine without delay. He goes on to say it's past time for Congress and Biden administration to enact crippling punitive sanctions on Putin and his Russian authoritarian regime. The world must know that Russia's actions exclude them from legitimate seats in the international community. And Congressman, you join us here this morning. Let's talk about first what's happened here overnight. Northern suburbs of Kyiv under attack. It looks as if Putin and the Russian forces are making a beeline to take the capital.
Yeah, he's changed the narrative every step of the way. I was over in Kyiv just in December, right before Christmas, and it was amazing to see people just going about their business. And I think they're used to this monster being on their back, as they have been, especially since 2014, when the Russians went into Crimea. So you have a situation today where Putin even said, oh, no, these are independent areas. We're going in for peacekeeping. Well, the only reason there wasn't peace there were the Russian separatists. And so he says he's going in for peacekeeping, and this isn't part of Ukraine, but you see he has marched forward. And he's planned to do this for some time. He's had everything in place. We've seen it. I sit on the Intelligence Committee. All members of Congress have access to a lot of this information. And we, for some time, have been suggesting, well before yesterday, to put sanctions in place. Keep in mind, this administration took sanctions off of the Nord Stream pipeline, which is enabling them to weaponize that, use that against Eastern Europe. It goes on and on. But what we have to do now is much more than I think we're doing, because actions speak louder than words, and the results of those actions are going to be what matters.
And what matters are the people. You mentioned you spent time there a few months ago. It is a Western society, Western civilization, and it seems as if Putin wants to go back to 1991, wants to go back to complete control. Crimea a few years ago, and now Ukraine, and the Baltics could be next year. But the Ukrainian people, they are fighting back. And you even heard from President Zelensky saying, do what you can, kind of each their own, and fight back. Do you think he's underestimating the Ukrainian forces and their people?
Well, I can tell you that their resolve is there, and that's one of the things that I clearly picked up. And it's like, we may be outnumbered, we may be outmatched, but I think it was Zelensky who said, when they shoot us, they're going to be shooting us in the face, not in our backs. And we are going to do everything we can. So I'm hoping at the end of the day that this maniac, if you will, I don't know what else to call him. Yeah, because even the Russian people are protesting, you know. So, you know, he said that the fall of the Soviet Union was one of the worst disasters for mankind, I think, something to that effect. And it's like, he wants this back. He wants that power back. This doesn't help the Russian people, what he's doing. And, you know, you have Russian-speaking people in Ukraine. Yeah, they did. And guess what? They've been free to leave Ukraine if they wanted to be in Russia. Right. But they haven't. They want to be part of Ukraine. They want to be part of this freer society than what they had. And so his premise is off.
And we've seen world leaders, I mean, even China coming out and saying, let me be the negotiator here. I don't know if that's the right way to go here earlier this morning. So who does need to leave? We heard the president yesterday talk about sanctions, but even saying that sanctions probably would not have even kept this from happening.
Probably not, but it would have disabled them in many ways earlier on and made them weaker. And China being involved with this, China wants to do the same thing in Taiwan. Yeah. So they're hardly the person or the group that we want to negotiate in this process, because they get it. They want to do the same thing in Taiwan, and we know that. So, you know, when you are looking at what's going on right now in Ukraine, you have people fighting back. He's gone too far. You have the international community coming together. Now, they can veto in the United Nations. I really think we're at a time that we need to take Russia out of all international community events. They don't belong there. They are not a peaceful people at this time. Actually, I think the people probably are, but their leader is not. And so there's a lot we need to manage, but the sanctions and things that we're putting in place, yesterday we spoke with Department of State, Department of Treasury, Department of Commerce. We're doing a lot of things that maybe we should have done more. Department of Defense, beefing up NATO, getting closer to their border where it can count, and they know that we're united on this, and we are. but it's a little too late. You go back to 2014 when he just marched into Crimea, and the administration at that time, the Obama administration, gave the Ukrainians blankets and MREs. And they've been occupying there and Belarus. They've surrounded Ukraine, and they've done it over time, and they're well supplied.
Congressman, thanks for joining us this morning. Thanks for coming in. Good to see you in person.
Yes,
Good to
thank
see
you.